I love about German is that every word gets pronounced exactly as it's.
This is not correct. It's a common misconception. Although I appreciate you trying to challenge the widespread belief that German is an impossible language to learn. Let's have a look at this letter. In German, it's referred to as E. This letter has actually 8 phonetic equivalents, meaning there are 7 sounds this letter can represent, and it can also be silent. And for now, we're just talking original German words, meaning we're completely disregarding loan words, which actually doesn't make any sense, to be honest, because loan words are just as much part of the language as any other word. So here are just some random words. Keks, for example, is pronounced with a long E vowel sound. E. Jedoch is pronounced with a short version of it. Jedoch. E. Net, Name, größer, heiß, I, as part of a diphthong. Neu, oi, also as part of a diphthong. And it can also be silent, as I've already mentioned, as in viel, for example. And when it comes to loan words, there are many more, such as in niveau, o, cheeseburger, I, dessert, tin, un, or newcomer, u. And there are actually many, many more cases where this letter becomes silent as a result of elision. For example, we say gute Nacht, gute with a schwa at the end, but then we say guten Tag without the schwa. So the E letter is silent. So this was just one letter, and we could literally do the same thing with all letters of the German alphabet, which by the way has 30 letters. The 26 letters from A to Z, obviously, plus Ö, Ü, and SZ. On the other hand, there are over 40 sounds in standard German pronunciation. There's another very important phenomenon in German pronunciation, and it's called Auslautverhärtung. And what it means is basically that when we have two partners of a consonant sound, a voiced and an unvoiced version of it, such as z and s or d and t, at the end of a syllable, it's always going to be unvoiced. So for example, one dog is ein Hund. So we have the letter D, but we pronounce it as t. And in the plural, it's going to be zwei Hunde. Hunde. This plural form has a d sound. So to wrap it up, and this is something I really want you to understand, because there's so many people laboring under this misconception. It's a myth that German is pronounced the way it's written. And this is just not true. It's not true. So is there something like OUGH in English? Basically a letter combination that can be pronounced in perhaps 1 million different ways? No, there's no such thing in German. Can I guess the pronunciation of a German word based on how it's written? Yes, you can. For example, if you see the letter O, you're gonna know it's gonna be pronounced like O or O, but it's never gonna be pronounced like F or unless it's a word from English or French. So is there a one-to-one correspondence between letters and sounds in German? No, there's not. While it is possible to guess the pronunciation of a word, because we have very specific pronunciation rules, there can be sounds represented by different letters in writing, and there can be letters pronounced with different sounds.